Dennis,
to go.
Owen sent me 3 topics, and then he jumped on the record, and I said, Owen, so one of your topics is this. He said, no, those are Dennis's. And then I was like, I looked at the thread, and he's like, oh shit, no, yeah, those were my topics.
So I'm dialed in.
Yeah, he's locked in. He's got topics, and he doesn't even remember what they are. But there is something I want to speak to you on that I've noticed as a trend recently. And remember in college when everybody was drinking PBRs, it was like the hipster drink of choice.
Yes.
Sure.
Like at every bar you go to, you have your list of beers, and it's like, oh, but if you want like the tallest beer in the world of PBR, you can buy that for $1.50. There's always like that deal at a bar. Like I think of Dennis, what's the one in Lakewood, Game On, where they always have the like beer of the month.
Is that that sounded like a Jamaican guy saying "gay man" or
Game On? It's our favorite.
Or was that like
you blew our cover?
It's our favorite. It's our favorite Caribbean queer bar.
We would always tell our significant others,
Game
we're
On.
going to we're going to Game On.
We're going to watch the Game On. No, that doesn't even make sense. The Game On. The game's on. Whatever. I like that joke though.
Well, that's genuinely sounded like that. I thought you were making it up.
So yeah, I like Dennis's premise. Like it's like a play. That'd be a good SNL sketch. Like, hey, like we're going to Game On. Oh, like the game's on. Oh yeah, we're okay. Anyways,
Wait, explain it one more time.
I'm sorry, I'm all energized.
We need to clip this good. Okay.
Okay, so at the bar Game On in Lakewood, Ohio, they have a sign that's like written in chalk that always says "Beer of the Month, Miller High Life," like $3.50 for like a 24 ouncer. It's been the beer of the month for ongoing 6 years now, I think.
Yeah.
But so PBR was that back in 2013. Was always that like really cheap, shitty beer that you could get for cheap at any bar. And then as I graduated college and was like hitting the bars as like a 27-year-old to 32-year-old, it switched to Miller High Life. I don't know if you noticed that. Everywhere has Miller High Life. Do you know what the next one is? It's new. It's changed again. It changes every 5 years, I think.
Bush.
Oh, that's a good guess. Shit, I think you're right, Dennis. I'm not even gonna give a guess. What is it, Kevin?
Bush is a good guess because Bush has the country
Cult
factor
following.
because everybody switched to Bush after that Bud Light slip up where they, paid a transgender. Everybody switched to Bush Light, and Bush Light has been consistently popular amongst like the country crowd for a long time. But no, there's a new one out there, and it's not Bush Light, and it's everywhere.
Is it Miller
it's Busch
Genuine
Light.
Draft?
No,
No,
you're
I
getting
haven't
closer
seen-
though. You're getting closer.
I haven't
Dennis.
seen anything, but it's not Miller Lite either.
Well, now that I'm mentioning it, you're going to start to see it. It's Coors Banquet Beer. You know the one that has like the little tiny like
It's not
bottles?
good. The other ones are bad. The other ones are better because they're light. Banquet beer is a little too.
Sounds
Little
really
too heavy.
thick for some
It
reason.
it feels
like someone
thick
has a
when you drink it.
ladle and is serving it to you in a dish, but it's like you're in a weird
Typically,
weird VFW hall, and you're like at a buffet for some reason there, and it's kind of like people are smoking. That's where I imagine people drinking those.
Ashing in your ladle.
Yeah.
But here's how I know it's the next one, because I realized it's a top-down phenomenon. So I've noticed this Coors Banquet thing happening a lot. And last Friday I was at getting lunch at a bar, like a kind of nice bar, and I was getting a salad. And at this bar next to me, I guess that's one of these bars where like you can get like a chalice of beer. You know what I'm talking about, like a chalice or like a schooner they used to call them when I was in college. You get like a schooner, and this bar constantly has a deal where it's like, oh, you can get a Miller High Life schooner for $2.50.
Smaller size, right?
And no, it was a giant beer. Like it's like a
I thought I feel like Dennis is right. Schooners are. There's this one video
Sniffer.
of.
You're thinking of Snifter. You're thinking of Snifter.
There's this one video of some guy, some really drunk old guy, like British guy, and he's like kind of burping as he says it, and he's like, a couple of schooners. And I love this video, so I'll send it to you guys, but I don't do it justice.
A schooner is 21.5 ounces. It's one of those glasses. Wow. Yeah, and so this bar constantly has this deal where they'll give you a Miller High Life for like $2.50, $3 or something. And I was listening to the bartender talk to somebody else, or I even chimed in, and he was like, yeah, it used to be Miller High Life, but now we're switching to Coors Banquet because they're giving us such a good deal on it. Like, we can't beat this Coors Banquet deal. So it's like almost like the breweries or these like macro breweries are just like, hey, like if we can lower the price point on this shitty beer so much, we can make it like the premier light beer of choice at every bar.
I just don't see it though. I could get High Life because of the label. The Coors Banquet beer,
It has
I
those
don't
tiny
recall
bottles.
having it, huh?
It has those tiny bottles, like the little.
But so did Miller High Life. Miller High Life has those pony beers. Those,
Do they?
so those are, yeah.
But I think to Kevin's point, it's the cheapest beer that the bars are getting from their distributor.
Gotcha. Okay,
And
so they're going to price
like,
them lower, so the cheapest people are going to buy those, and those
they
are going to
probably
be used.
have they probably have like a motto, not a motto, but basically they take the cheapest beer and make that the beer of the month.
Mm-hmm.
Is like their thing,
and they make it their deal. Yeah,
I get it. And I just don't know if it's got the cool factor to really catch on though. So someone between paying like $3 for one of those versus like a High Life where it's like what, $3.25.
I don't know.
They might
I feel
go
like
for a High Life.
Next time I see that deal, I'm getting it because I haven't had one in forever. I want to try it out.
It has an intrigue factor. It has like a
nostalgia.
The products aren't all that different. Like a light shitty beer is going to taste like a light shitty beer.
Let Dennis retry that word.
You got it.
Nostalgia.
I got it. He got it.
All right, let's move on.
All right.
I've been thinking about Kevin said I mispronounce words all the time. I don't know if that was on pod.
No, that was not on pod.
Oh yeah. You
roasted
me.
Oh, and tell us about like speaking of being embarrassed, tell us why you don't like opening Twitter in public.
That's not my topic.
Yes, it is.
X. You got okay, so yeah, X now. The For You page can be a little risque.
Wait, can I ask you to do one thing for me? Can you try saying it with two snippets? Say like, "Oh, I went on Twitter," and then try it again with "I went on X," because one just sounds so much better than the other.
I went on X.
That doesn't sound right.
I went on Twitter.
There we go.
So, my main thing is asking you guys: do you feel like you can comfortably open your Twitter in public with other people that can clearly see your phone and be like, all right, it's all right if I scroll through this? Or has it gotten a little too, like, sometimes you're like, whoa, that was out of the left field. That can't be out in public.
Yeah, some of that. I mean, some of it, but I would say mostly my stuff is sports things.
Yeah, I would say most of mine is like totally fine, but I have an example of why it's not great. I was at the gym and I was scrolling through X, formerly known as Twitter.
It's the worst. It's such a terrible rebrand.
I just feel like when you say X, I just picture Elon Musk, and he's such a nerd.
Yeah, I agree.
The worst name for this product.
But I came across a cartoon, and it was of a older couple. The old guy is on one of those stair lifts, like one of those moving chairs.
Yes, I can picture
and
that.
someone commented when they posted it, me and my wife when we get older, so that the guy is just butt naked cartoon. You could see his like boner popping out, and his wife is standing at the top of the steps lifting up her nightgown. It's like he's gonna just go straight. I'm like, it's so absurd. I was like, how is this recommended to me? I haven't liked anything like it. It was. I saw it. I laughed. I screeched. I laughed at just how ridiculous it is.
That's hilarious.
How it got recommended to me. So I haven't had any like blatant nudity, but there's just some things where I'm like, I don't want people to think that this is Owen. This is the guy at the gym. He looks at this at the gym. So
wait,
it was.
That's the type of cartoon I see like my father-in-law like sharing on Facebook, and it's like, sucks to get old, something like that.
Wait,
yeah.
Oh, and can I ask you a question? So, when you see this cartoon, is it a purely original cartoon?
It seems original. I'm gonna send it to you guys so you guys could take a look at it.
Because what I was gonna say when you asked me my question is like, I don't get a lot of risque stuff on Twitter. I just get like so many memes with like so many different levels. It'll be like a meme with like a caption overlaid on top of another meme, and then it's like a guy photoshopped to the right. It's like there's so many layers to comedy on Twitter that like
That's the thing I love about it.
Yes, people couldn't even like see it and know. You'd have to like take 30 seconds to understand even what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Or looking at.
Yeah. No, I agree. And sometimes you have to like recalibrate it and start liking and clicking onto some other things. Because for a while, mine was just political stuff. And I'm like, I'm so sick of seeing all this political thing. So I started doing funny stuff. And then I start seeing naked old people cartoons.
That's a good cartoon.
And I'm like, oh my God, I need an in-between, sprinkle some of this in there, some of that in there. So I don't know. It's very entertaining. I think we went over this before. I think the For You page is a lot of fun. But sometimes it's not as fun when it's not hitting what you're looking for.
I don't follow a single soul on Twitter, but that For You page has still it's nailed down for me. I log into Twitter and I love it. Like I could be there all day.
I think the thing I like about Twitter is you don't have to have the sound on. Like TikTok, Instagram Reels, you have to have sound on. And I never have sound on my phone, I feel like.
Oh, I always turn it off because I don't want the sound on. That's why it's nice where a lot of people put captions for things.
For some reason, I feel embarrassed if Lisa knows I'm watching like TikToks or Instagram.
It is embarrassing. Watching TikToks is so embarrassing.
I'm like embarrassed by it because she never does. So I'm like,
oh, really? She doesn't do TikTok at all?
No, she doesn't do TikTok. She does Instagram Reels, but she never has the sound on. So
that's what I do too. I'm never on TikTok because I'm just on the Reels. So same
real
thing.
I've only been back on TikTok since we got the viral clip that I downloaded it again, and now I've kind of been like just trying to reply to other people's videos just to like get engagement, and it's
I heard that's a good strategy.
Man.
Damn, did you think of that yourself too, Kevin? I think that you did.
I have a new policy for our company. Every time I sit on the toilet, I'm trying to knock out at least 3 to 4 comments.
I call it the bottom up approach.
Yeah.
I know the fact that you labeled it made me decide that I was like, I'm not fucking doing it. Like
I was served some video about it.
Okay,
and that's what they called it.
Yeah,
you did do it though, Owen.
I haven't been commenting on anything.
Kevin, has that been you commenting?
Who commented on the fish one?
That had
I did.
Oh, really? It seemed like such an Owen comment. There was a guy. It was basically
must have been fucking hilarious.
I was channeling Owen in this.
It got a like, and that's how I saw it. I have been commenting a lot.
You got to bring up what is the comment. What is the situation? I feel seen.
Okay, so it's like a still of like a baseball game from like the bleachers, and it's like somebody. And the focus is on like the Megatron. So it's just like a baseball game, beautiful summer night, huge. 70% of the screen is just the Megatron at a baseball game, and it's just some guy. Or was that what it's called? Or like the Jumbotron?
I got the Transformers back.
It's waving. Yeah.
The Jumbotron, and it's a superimposed video of a guy holding up a fish at the camera, just like showing off his.
And people are
fish.
cheering.
Yeah, and people are. I didn't hear that part, but people are cheering really loudly at this guy just showing off his fish. And Dennis, what did you write that I thought Owen wrote?
I said he's extending his arms closer to the camera to make the fish look bigger. Isn't that what people do when they catch fish?
Yeah, I think so, but I thought that we were supposed to make funny comments on.
I gotta like somebody liked it.
That's true. They probably were like, "Yeah, I agree."
I thought it was funny because the fish was huge on the screen already.
Yeah.
No, I didn't think about that.
I get it, but that is what people do. They go like this. They hold the fish super close.
Yeah, I think that's what you do. That's what you do with dick pics too. You like get it so close that there's like no context of size.
When's the last time you took one?
All right, let's go into deep internet quarter with Dennis.
I'm replacing deep internet quarter with a game. Okay.
Game on.
All right, Dennis, while you pull this up, I'm going to take this opportunity to chew on some Nicorette gum.
One of our sponsors.
New piece or old piece?
That's an old piece. I just put it to
I was going to say, Kevin, you just threw out an old piece. You're getting a new one in.
One of the reasons I'm doing it is to save money because it lasts so much longer than Zen.
Gotcha. And green tea typically like makes you want to do some more nicotine,
Dennis,
right?
If you haven't had these before, these like hard green teas, I'm sure they're good for you, but they're also delicious.
Yeah.
My favorite drink right now are those Surfsides. Have you had those?
No, but they're starting to pop up around here in Cincinnati.
They're the big thing.
You know what?
It's
I think
like
there's
a twisted
the
tea,
new
but it's
bar.
light.
It's the new bar thing. So you know how they had like PBR and then it moved to
No, but sincerely though, it was like White Claw and then High Noon, and now it's kind of like these twisted teas.
I don't fuck with those things.
They're good.
I don't like. I never really liked White Claw or those. Or High Noons were probably a little bit better. They just tasted like they're made like malt liquor type drink, right? And then I feel like it has that weird taste to it. So I can never really drink those things. And even when I did drink one, it's like I had one and I was done. I couldn't do more.
All right, you guys ready for my game?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I'm not doing my game this week, so I'm glad that you're doing yours. I'm saving mine for next week because I actually had topics today. So I was like,
we got lots to talk
save it
about.
for a time that I don't have topics.
We got lots to talk about.
All right, so I'm going to say 5 different words, and you have to guess the sports team for it.
Dude, fucking ripping off this one, guys. Those
Yeah,
guys.
Wait,
You can't think of something else? Okay.
Is this
Oh,
from
yeah.
something?
Sports is big for us. So we're a sports podcast.
Yeah.
So
Which I don't particularly love that we keep getting the sports one, keep taking off because I don't know a lot about sports. But
So just for clarity, Dennis just ripped off somebody else's game from the internet and is recycling it his own. Okay, got it.
yeah, this is not my own.
Oh,
So I will say 5 words, but for each word, you guys get one guess, one time.
okay.
So
And
you can't just keep guessing stuff. So you're trying to guess the sports team within 5 words.
Okay, and it's a sports team across.
so whoever gets it, so you're going to start releasing words, and whoever gets it first
Yes.
wins.
Yes.
Okay.
So by the 5th word, you're done.
Yes.
All right, can I ask one more question? Is it like, are we talking major sports franchises here, or that you don't have to answer that?
I know that you guys know these sports
Okay.
teams.
Okay, I'm ready.
So
I'm
that's
ready.
all. That's all I'm gonna
Can
say.
I guess before it even starts?
Yeah,
Oh,
but you don't get number 1.
ooh.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. Okay. Go on.
All right. Hills.
Bam, bam, bam.
All right. No
You know
guess.
that Jeopardy sound? No, hills isn't enough.
I need more.
Okay. Palm trees.
Hills, palm trees. Okay. Go again. Or unless
you
Kevin's
guys
ready.
out?
Yeah,
I just
I'm-
am not ready to commit to something yet because
Me
there's
either.
still
No,
a
no.
few.
You get one guess per word.
Oh, the
Come
LA
on, dude. You said you get one guess or you're out. So I was
LA
like, I'll save it
Dodgers.
until. I was
Nope.
going to say, okay, LA Lakers.
What were you gonna say, Owen?
I said LA Lakers.
That's it. L.A. Lakers. You kind of ruined it there.
Okay.
All right. Maybe I should.
Wait, how did
No,
I?
how
How
did
did I ruin it?
you were
You
behind.
ruined it. I said
know,
it.
I
and
know.
you-
It was actually better the way you guys thought it was, where you only get one guess total. I think.
Yeah.
I
was
think so
afraid
too.
to
'cause
I
commit
then-
to something.
I
Yeah.
ruined it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
One
just
guess total.
clip that whole part of this one. Go to the next one, and we'll just start fresh. Dennis.
It's been a while since we've had a Dennis game. So
All
one
right.
guess total.
Same rules.
Same rules,
original
same
rules.
All
Okay.
right. Ohio. Anything?
I'm afraid.
I mean, some things.
Can
but,
I say? Do I have?
yeah,
multiple
but then you're
guesses?
out. You only get one guess.
You
No,
only get
Kevin.
one
it's
guess now.
Okay, I have nothing for me.
All right. O'Shea.
Bobby Boucher,
O'Shea. That's from Little Giants.
the Little Giants.
Yeah.
That's
All
my
right, oh,
answer.
Giants.
Owen.
The Giants. New York Giants.
Little Giants, correct.
Wait, what the
Damn.
fuck?
Kevin, you didn't commit to it, so I
Well, 'cause
swooped in. I stole it just like Dennis stole this game.
Because I was confused by the game. I thought maybe it had to be like a professional NFL franchise.
Did you
or
guys
something.
watch that movie recently? I saw it within the
Yeah.
last year, and it is
It's
so
good.
obviously not filmed in Ohio. They're
Oh, I believe
pretending
that.
like it's Ohio. You see palm trees in the background and like the mountains and stuff. I was like, this is not Ohio whatsoever.
Shit, I didn't think O'Shea was that common of a name.
I just remember that. I mean, I have a pretty good memory when it comes to pop culture.
My
Yeah,
next
good.
would have been Spike,
Yeah,
And
Spike
then
for sure.
Icebox.
Icebox, and then Annexation.
Puerto Rico.
Yeah. Speaking of Puerto Rico, I got something to say about Tony Hitchcliffe. All right.
Megan
last
was
one.
explaining why that was relevant. Oh, that's it? Just one more?
Yeah, one more.
Did you create these original or are these repeats? Like from somebody else?
I use ChatGPT, but I'm combining a bunch. All right. Coffee.
That doesn't do anything for me yet.
All right. Dreams. Oh, are you writing
Sorry,
this, or
one-
what are you doing on your phone here? I see it in the reflection of your eyes. What's going on?
One second.
Sports
Sorry,
team?
I have to send off those texts.
Oh, you're literally just working on something else. Okay. I thought you were trying to scrap together the answer. All right, I'll take the leg up. Coffee and dreams, sports team. Coffee. Coffee makes me think of
Dreams, though. I feel like I could get
Seattle.
coffee. I know coffee's gotten me Seattle thinking as well. Or it has to do with like Costa Rica.
Yeah, or I was thinking like Colombia or something.
Yeah, Colombia, not Costa Rica. That's what it is.
I would like another word, Dennis.
All right. Log.
Loggers. Log. Ooh. Coffee. Dream. Oh my God. It's from the show. Twin Peaks. But what team do they have? I don't know what team they have at all. I won't be able to guess this.
I wouldn't be able to guess this.
It's the Twin Peaks sports team.
Yes. Oh, really? That's exactly what I had. Twin Peaks sports team, because I don't think there is one. But the rest were Cherry Pie and Agent.
Okay. Wow, and you really backed your way into that one.
Yes. You're a good guesser.
Sports team.
I wasn't even paying attention half the time.
That sports team wasn't even that relevant. It was just like the guy.
No, I think one of the guys played for it, right?
Yeah, man, I can't wait to get into season 2. I watched the first episode of From. I'm not sold yet.
It's not a good show, but it's so interesting.
It's like scratching an itch. I can see why it's scratching an itch.
It is a great show. I love that show.
Very bad. It's a really good story, but very bad
acting is terrible.
And then just like nothing really happens in every episode, I feel like.
I think I'm a little bit too close to The Walking Dead right now because I'm like on season 3.
Yes, it's probably similar.
It's very similar. Like, are they dead? Is this like a limbo? Is this like kind of like? And I think it's just a little too far removed or too close to like something that's better version of it that I'm not loving it. But at the same time, I watched the episode and I can appreciate why somebody would love it.
Does Megan still watch it?
She watched the first 2 seasons and then didn't want to watch the third. But I could probably sell her on a third if you tell me it bounces back.
It's all right.
More of the same.
Yeah.
Dennis, what is platform?
Oh, is that the end of the game? No more games?
Yeah, that's the end.
I don't even know what it is.
Who won?
Okay, I did.
You guys never heard of the movie Platform?
No.
Owen, have you?
No.
So it's a Netflix movie, and they just released Platform 2, which I watched. So Platform.
Oh, The Platform.
Yeah.
Okay,
so it's basically a dystopian. It's in Spanish. I don't know what country produced it, but it's a dystopian thing where these people say basically they're going to join this platform, which there's 333 levels. And every month they end up on a different level. And what happens is, are you reading it or do you want me to explain it?
I'm looking at pictures of it and I have to.
Yeah.
I'm imagining the movie you had me watch, which was level 16.
Well,
I can't think any differently.
A connection to that. So
why is this picture of this food so unsettling to me?
Okay, so
it's
listen.
Like one of the grossest things I've ever seen.
Yeah, this is
so what
making me
happens
feel weird
is
too, Kevin.
Everyone picks one dish before they go in. And they have a platform of food that goes down to every they put all the food on a table and they have it go down to each level. And so the thing is, the higher up you are, the more you get to eat.
Right.
And the lower you are, you get like nothing. So the idea of it is you should only eat the food that you picked, but then people get like greedy. And you can jump down and like kick someone's ass the level below you, or you could go all the way to the bottom. So it's very similar to Snowpiercer, like that type of vibe. So
or wasn't there a show on Apple that's about levels too? Like with Idris Elba?
Oh, I was going to say Squid Games.
I think I can summarize sci-fi. Really, really strong premise. How do you make it last for a long time? Because
just add levels, baby.
Like it's
There's
just like
levels to it.
That sounds like they had like a really strong premise, but like I can't see myself watching that for 4 or 5 seasons.
I don't know. I could watch this forever because it's such a different world, and they try to create these rules and have people follow. Like, so Platform 2 goes into like, oh, there's a messiah basically that if someone breaks the rules, he'll come and like kill you, sort of thing. And like a cult following surrounds this guy.
So and yeah, it's basically just like society contained and simplified.
Yes.
And that does sound interesting.
Yeah, it's a good movie. You should watch. Platform 1's a lot better than Platform 2, but I think they're gonna make a third one. Yeah,
Can
it's
I ask
good.
you this? How did they make a sequel? Like, do they just like rehash the same thing, or do they like expand on it?
So the sequel was the prequel, actually, which I didn't know until I
Oh.
read online. But
That happens surprisingly a lot.
basically, the first movie, it was all chaotic. The second movie, they were all like, you must only take your food, and if someone dies, you throw their food away. And like, it was like more religious, but it was a prequel. So I guess it was religious, and then it went into this chaos of like, eat whatever you want sort of thing. So
Okay.
I don't know.
What kind of ratings does this movie get? Is it good?
Platform 1, good ratings. Platform 2, not good.
Oh, I just Googled Levels. I could have sworn it was called Levels.
Avicii.
I was like,
Yeah.
why isn't this coming on platform?
Levels came out 13 years ago. I just saw a TikTok about that. Now that I'm on TikTok again.
So that's why I recommended that Level 16 movie, because I looked at
God, I'm getting so confused. Yeah, Level 16.
I looked at movies similar to that, and that was one of them.
Wait, did you watch Level 16 then?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just recommending it without watching it, and
No, I
just being
watched
like,
it.
"Hey, Owen, you let me know if it's good or not."
I do
No,
that
I
a
watch
lot.
it.
I recommend things before I watch it all the time. So
Oh,
can't
good to
fault that.
know. Good
Yeah.
to know. I will make sure to see what you think about it before I actually
yeah,
watch
definitely
it.
follow up, because like I always say I'm a vibe guy. Like I can
Yeah,
pick
you
up on
said-
a vibe.
You send me
really
something.
quickly.
I look into it. I was like, dude, this guy has like 3.1 out of 10 on IMDb. Why is this good? And you're like, I didn't actually watch it.
Dennis, do you have anything more you want to say about Platform, or do you want to keep selling?
Are you guys gonna watch it?
Sounds interesting. I think I probably will.
Have you seen Snowpiercer? Do you like that?
No, I haven't seen that.
I'm
Oh,
more
that movie's
interested in
so
what I
good.
have to watch Snowpiercer. I'm gonna, and that's
Oh, you
like a
guys haven't
cold
seen
movie,
that?
right? Yeah, I've heard great things, and I think
Oh,
I
yeah,
maybe have
that's
started
good.
watching it. Is that Chris Evans?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
platforms, is this new? This movie?
19. It came out.
19. And then the new one, the second one just came out this month.
All right, Dennis. Here's what I'll say. I commit to watching Snowpiercer
Okay.
sometime this winter, because
If
I
you
have
like
been meaning
that-
to watch that for a long time.
If you like that, then watch Platform. It's
Okay.
very similar vibes. That's all I got.
Oh, and
on
are you
it.
gonna watch this stuff?
Yeah, I'm gonna reach back by the weekend, ask you, hey guys, what should I watch? And then
Oh.
you're gonna have to remind me that that's what you recommended.
That's fair.
Speaking of that,
Whoa,
I was gonna
we're
just
speaking
ask
of
Owen
things
a
at
quick-
the
Well,
same
this is
time.
kind of Kevin's job.
I know.
so-
I want to ask him a quick question, because I know Kevin won't get to this topic. I think you said, Owen, the Zodiac thing. Have you been watching that documentary?
Yeah, I finished it.
Oh,
Okay, I
continue
haven't
on.
finished
Continue
it.
on, because I have that, and I was so confused because Owen sent me his list of topics, and it was side hustles or Zodiac killer, and I couldn't decide if they were related, combined, or just two separate topics.
Now they're two separate topics, and as I wrote it, I was
Oh.
like, I feel like I'm gonna confuse him, but I was
A
like,
comma
no, we're
comma
good.
would have helped there. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I was
That's-
debating on popping one of those in there, and then I didn't. So I
Well,
went
what's the
with the or.
Zodiac killer doc?
It's about how the family of the suspected Zodiac killer, they've never confirmed who did the killings. They've never convicted anyone. It's kind of a cold case, but there is a suspect that has been a suspect for a long time. And his family, it wasn't his direct family, it was like a stepdad type deal. Wasn't really married to the mom, but he would take the kids out on like joyrides and stuff. And then they were piecing things back of their life, and they're like, we've been to all of these locations that the murderers have happened. He was like a weirder guy. There's just so many.
Can I pause you for 1 second? Can you remind me what the extent of the Zodiac killer's crimes were? Like how many murders?
Mainly murder. So he did.
Okay. They don't talk about the other stuff.
Spitting in public.
Yeah. Oh, bad at that. They couldn't catch him though. He murdered a lot of people, I think, in the 70s to 80s in Northern California.
Yes, okay, because I've
The
seen the Jake
Vallejo?
Gyllenhaal movie, or at least most
Yeah,
of it.
and that movie
Yeah,
is
he's
probably...
in.
Did I rate that in my top 10?
I think
Zodiac
you
movie?
would put it there, Dennis.
It
I've
is
heard you
so
say that
fucking
before.
good. One of the
Yeah.
best movies.
Do you think it's good because of the story itself, or just because of the cinematography?
The mystery,
of David
dude.
think
It's
both,
the mystery.
yeah.
It's the people are obsessed with this guy. They've never caught him, so it's like, and he wears a hood with like a special sign, and he would send out ciphers.
And he did that
That
puzzles.
you'd have to-
like,
yeah, that
people
you'd have
love
to decode.
puzzles.
And there's 2 that still have not been decoded.
Oh,
all
really?
these years. They just decoded one a few years ago, and it was like, oh yeah, this is confirmed that that's right. But there's 2 that they can't figure out still.
Can I?
So it's like pretty crazy.
I have a new segment. It's called Kevin's Business Ideas. All right.
Okay.
You know how people love Wordle and like what's the other one? The B.
Yeah, just games and
those New York Times games.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so now we start an app, and every day we say we're gonna kill this person if you guys don't collectively solve this puzzle in time.
Mhm.
And here's the thing: we never actually kill anybody because they're always gonna solve the puzzle.
oh my god.
Like the
But,
stakes
Kevin,
are so high.
Yeah.
Okay, what if they don't solve the thing? Do we have to do it, or do
But then
we
maybe that's
stick
part
to our
of,
word?
That's part of the puzzle. Like people are just gonna somebody's always gonna finish the puzzle because they're so
we
scared.
we can't start off strong. We can have to
Yeah,
say like we're
no.
gonna kill this ant or something like
it'll
this
just be
little
like a
bug.
simple puzzle. No, we're gonna kill a person, but the puzzle is so
No,
easy.
but we don't have that far of a reach. Once we get some more followers, we can start doing this, because otherwise we're going to
That's
start
true.
racking up some murders, and we're
But
going to
wouldn't
be in
that
a
be
lot
fun?
of
Like,
trouble.
Every day you woke up and like the puzzle you're solving had lives at stakes.
That sounds
That
like a
would
lot of
be- I
stress.
mean,
And
it
I'd
kinda
be like,
reminds me
I
of-
opt out. Dennis is in.
It kind of reminds me of that HQ game where every day at like
Yeah.
7:00 you had to go to trivia to win some money. But this
Yeah,
is
that was
like
so
every
much
day,
fun.
7:00. This person's gonna die if I don't solve this puzzle.
Yeah. And people have to like work together to solve it. Like they have to get on Reddit and be like, well, XXXYZ and plus 19. Okay, yeah, we got this. Okay,
Yeah.
they're alive. Lock it in.
It would be great
Yeah,
if you could find
all right,
someone
what
that
were you
actually
guys
would be
talking
cool.
about?
If they were actually cool with like dying, and then you could actually do this
Mhm.
legally.
Yeah.
Like get them to
Owen,
sign off
get
on
on
like,
that.
yeah, this puzzle gets solved. All right, you guys left off on this documentary.
Yeah.
Thing that sold me on this guy being it is he had a watch.
Did you
A
watch
Zodiac-
it too? You watched it? Yeah,
I've
the
watched
Zodiac
2
diving
episodes.
watch.
Yeah, he had the Zodiac
Yeah.
diving watch with the exact symbol on it. Like how common is that?
There's way more that it's like this guy is the guy. So he's dead. The actual person. Spoiler. Sorry if you haven't watched it. The actual guy that's the suspect is dead. They have some more evidence or DNA that they're trying to test, and he seems pretty suspicious. And I think he did it. All of the kids that were involved that were trying to help crack the case, they're like, holy shit, all of these things are adding up, lining up that he is the actual Zodiac killer. So
this documentary is saying that like we have recently solved this crime.
can't confirm, but it seems pretty logical that it's him. But they've suspected this guy for
Yeah,
so
that's the
long.
thing,
So
which I didn't realize.
It's weird that they haven't like really come down with
But I guess
like
in
charges or anything.
if
It's
you
just too
remember the
weak.
movie, there's a guy in the
Mhm.
movie where they think it's him, and they kind of
Yeah.
allude to that this is the guy, and I think that's the same guy that they're talking about.
Yeah, it is. He's like
So-
I forget what else that guy is in. He's in a few different things. So he's kind
Is
of
that
a,
the guy
it's
from
just-
Late Night with the Devil? I feel like that guy.
he looks kind of like the guy from The Office, the guy that had
The
that
big
Kevin,
fat guy.
I think it's Kevin from The Office.
Yeah, big
but
fat
it's
guy.
not him at all.
No, it's the guy from the Drew Carey show who plays the crossdresser.
Who's that?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know who that is either.
Oh, really? You guys don't know the
Man,
Drew Carey show?
you're acting like that. People are gonna remember that. I don't think.
Really?
How-
Oh my god! I
Who
feel
of
like
our team or of our listeners have watched the Drew Carey
This reminds
show?
me of the
one?
Bill Camp thing. Like you don't know
Yeah, it's true.
Bill Camp.
Bill Camp.
It's
This
such
guy
a strong
gives. This
memory
guy
in my
also
head.
gives Bill Camp vibes. So it makes sense.
He does give Bill Camp.
I think
vibes.
you're gonna show him. What's his name?
I'll show
I'm
him.
not googling Drew Carey cross dressing.
I think
AI
Twitter
Drew
algorithm
Carey
is gonna be all
cross
fucked
dressing.
up.
You wish. This guy.
Oh yeah,
Him.
yeah.
What else is he in?
He's in a lot of things.
I know. That's
He
what I was
is.
gonna say. He's in stuff.
He's
I
got
just
that like a
can't put my
really
finger
bald
on it.
head.
Yeah, really bald and then really not bald on the
Oh,
side.
so that's not the actor. Okay, anyways.
No, that's
All
the
right,
guy.
let me
That's
ask
that's what the documentary's about.
That's the-
the guy
yeah,
that you
that's
just
the-
Oh, well, let me
documentary.
ask you this. is the production quality of this really good, or is it just the interest of the crime?
It's okay. I mean, it's just a normal documentary, like a unsolved mystery documentary,
What's it on?
and Netflix, number
Uh,
one on Netflix.
So just your
So
classic
it's popular.
Netflix, like
Yeah,
the one.
yeah, something that you will watch in a weekend if you're binging, and then
What was the one you guys had me watching recently? I kind of got into it, but I never finished it. It was
Mendes?
no,
Oh.
not Mendes. No, it was a doc.
It's so long, but
What is
It
it?
was the Gone Girl one. It was the Gone Girl one. Similar thing.
what are you talking about?
They did a recent documentary about the
No, didn't Dennis make us watch when we used to do our old podcast where we had to watch something? Didn't Dennis make us watch that?
The Casey
No,
Casey Anthony? Or
No.
not Kate. Who's the girl that the guy that looks like Ben
I think
Affleck
we all
killed him?
Yeah, we all
the
know
Peterson doc. The Peterson
Yeah,
doc.
Yes.
Lacey Peterson. Yes.
Yes. Is it just like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Similar.
Okay. All right. Well, let me tell you guys. You guys are talking
You get
about
the vibes. I don't know what you think it's gonna be. That's why I'm just confused.
Kevin,
as how
you're not into that. So don't watch it.
I can
No.
be into it. It just has to.
You're not into
It
it.
has to be something new.
I ban you from watching it.
Okay. Well, the Zodiac killer. He made cheap people try to solve puzzles. And I had to solve a puzzle recently. When
Okay.
was the last time you guys had to build some IKEA furniture? Oh, and you can start.
Probably like 2 months ago. I had to. It was Wayfair, so not IKEA, but same
concept.
Same
Do
vibes.
they
Yep.
pretty much send it in like a flat box?
Yep. And you get it, and you're like, "Wow, how the fuck am I gonna put this thing together?" And like, a
Or
lot
for-
of pieces.
Or for
with
me,
those
it's
little...
more like you go to the store to pick it up, and it's like, wait, how many boxes are there?
Yeah.
This is 3 of 6 boxes.
Oh my god.
It's not fun. Dennis, what about you? Have you been to IKEA recently?
Not IKEA, but I did get a flat. I just installed a basketball hoop, which came in a flat box,
Oh.
and I opened up the instructions, and it was like 30 pages. I'm like, this can't be right. This has got to be like English and Spanish. But no, it took me 5 hours to put a basketball hoop together.
Jesus fucking Christ.
They need to dial it down. They need to make it easier. They need to. All of those are so long.
Dude,
It's too many
it's crazy
steps.
because I've done IKEA and like Wayfair a lot, but it's crazy sometimes. It's like one page is like, oh, find the 4 screws, and then the next page is like, connect L1 to B2 while inserting R2 to Z2, and then you're like, what the
And
fuck?
meanwhile, they can't write any of this all down because it needed to be like international. So it's just like all like symbols and icons. It's like solving a fucking problem, and it's insane.
And
The
it's
worst-
always backwards. You fuck up one part,
Yes.
one part, like 10 steps earlier, and you're like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
The wor-
Even
yeah.
if you are so careful, because that's what happened to me recently. I was like, "There's
So
no way I'm fucking this up," because I know what always happens, and it always fucking happens.
It's
So-
almost like playing a video game where like you get to the next level and then you fuck up on one, then also you have to start back at level 2.
Yeah.
Because like you just fucked it
Or
up
you-
so bad.
I feel like what happens to me is what happens to this basketball hoop. They had these 2 different washers, a black one and a silver one. And I'm like, it doesn't matter about these. Like, you just put them on. Like, who cares? And then I get like 5 steps later, and it's like, I'm trying to screw a screw in it, and these black washers are just bending. And I'm like, oh my God, I put the wrong black. I
And
should
you're
have
like,
put
dude,
the metal ones there. And I had to
And
take the
if
whole
you
thing
break-
apart.
and
I
if
have
you
to-
break them, or if something goes wrong, you're like, "These are the only pieces I have. I can't fuck this
Yeah.
up."
I
And then-
I sent you guys this passion. Owen, you want to say what you're gonna say? Go for it.
Send us what?
Okay. Owen, you were about to say something. I didn't want to cut you off.
Oh, I thought you could have just let me keep going.
Oh, I'm just so excited about your guys' passion because I have a great story from IKEA.
Okay. All right. Well, I got nothing. It just
Okay.
it sucks. Next topic, actually, Kevin. Let's skip it.
Holy shit! Wait.
Yeah.
Sorry, I've just seen the image that Owen sent of the guy going up the stairs.
Wait, what? Wait.
The guy going up
Dennis just pulled up his phone for the cartoon I had to send that
Oh my
came up on my
God.
Twitter.
That's a tough one.
That's
a
so
tough
funny. Holy shit!
All right, for the record, Dennis is just looking at
so
the
good.
cartoon that Owen was talking about on Twitter
I don't know. You can actually see
earlier.
his boner.
It's like a
And
real.
it's peeking over his shoulder, though. That's the funny thing,
it's all
because it's
like
not full. It's like you're like, oh shit, I didn't even
I
notice
love
It's all like
that.
really well drawn, and it's
I
like
need to
this,
log into your feed.
it's this old guy. Yeah, it's just so well drawn. It's this old guy taking like the
They got
auto-
it, Kevin. Yeah,
Okay.
they got it.
All right. Well, I was gonna tell you guys about my latest IKEA adventure. Um, so I went to IKEA. Do you need a second?
Good to go now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I went to IKEA with a dresser in mind that I was gonna buy. And when I go to IKEA, I do not go to the showroom. I just go right to the main floor where you pick up the stock. Do you guys go to the showroom and walk around all that bullshit?
If I need to find something that I don't know what I'm getting, of course.
Okay, Dennis. Like
I mean,
went in
I've only
knowing
been there-
exactly
yeah.
what I was gonna pick up.
I mean, you saw it online.
Yes.
That's why.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's awkward because they don't let you do that. Like I had to like walk through the exit and like pass the registers to get there. And I was picking up this dresser called the Malm, which is the worst piece of furniture to buy if you're from Cleveland, because you got to say Malm. I want the Malm.
Wait, I want to
and
see
they
this because I might have.
I'm searching it too.
Yeah.
It's just your.
It's just like a standard dresser.
Yeah.
I think this is in one of the boys' room.
Yeah.
It's nice that it looks like, oh, this will look nice and it'll be well built, and then you put it together and
Yes.
like
I
wobbles.
would say
easily
IKEA is a lot
shifting.
better than anything on Wayfair. You
Mhm.
you order Wayfair shit, it's like cardboard.
And it's
where
all
IKEA at least
third-party
is a little more
sellers, and it's
solid.
like you don't. At least there's some kind of quality assurance there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so they were out of the Malm when I got to the showroom or the stock room. So I ended up just deciding like, okay, what's the next closest thing? Oh, of course, the Stork Linta. I'll get the Stork Linta. And I walked and got the Stork Linta. It was 3 boxes.
Oh shit.
And I brought it home that night, sat in my car because I was not ready to even crack into it. And then Friday evening, I started building it. And it must have been, I started building it and I already fucked up once. I'm like, okay, I need to see every piece that I am building with. So I laid it all out on the floor.
You're a
And
freak.
I can share a picture of this. It must have been 120 pieces of wood, 675 like pieces, like screws and nuts and bolts. And I'm like, what the fuck did I sign up for? And Dennis, I was like, this is at least 6 hours of work.
Oh yeah. I feel like you get to a point where you're like, we don't really need the dresser drawers. Like,
How it's sitting in my
because how
thing
much
right
wood
now.
comes with the dresser drawers? You're like 5 pieces
Oh,
per
dude,
drawer.
yeah, the drawers are the fucking worst. There's
Yeah.
so many of them.
Hey, I have the perfect next thing. So
Fuck.
this is where I got the whole base built. Nailed
It's
it.
giving
Took
me some anxiety.
Took
Kevin,
me
to be
9
honest.
tries. And I was nailing it. I only had to go step back like 5 times to like redo something, and I was rolling. And then, what are these things called? I'm showing you guys.
Yeah,
something on
those
camera.
things
Oh.
suck. Those ones look cheaper than normal because they're normally
What are they?
normally Phillips screw.
Yeah, they are.
I don't know, but
They tighten
what
the-
Kevin was
they-
holding up, what Kevin's holding up is it has a
Oh, what is this?
screwdriver end, but it's like a circular piece that secures a dowel
like a
to
dowel.
another.
Oh, yeah,
Wait, is that
to the other
plastic?
part.
Yes, it's plastic.
All the ones
Dude,
I've
this-
ever had
this
is metal.
Yeah,
this is
metal.
cheap.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
real cheap.
Yeah, it's getting cheap. Okay, so I basically have this thing that you put in one end of the wood, and then you put the wood in
You
between,
connect
and
it
then
and like
and then you
tightens.
connect it, and it's tightens in. Okay, so I got really cocky. So each dresser needs 4 of these in there. So there's 6 dressers, 4 of these pieces of equipment. I'm not doing a good job of explaining what these things are, but there's 4 in each, so like 36 or something total. And I tightened and I put it together. I had everything put together on these dresser drawer, and I tightened it, and then I heard a click. And I was like, oh yeah, this shit's good. It really just snaps into place. So like once you hear that click, you know the dresser's good. That's amazing technology.
It's like your gas cap
Yeah,
on your car.
Exactly.
Click,
that little click at the end.
Yeah,
So
you're like, oh, it's good.
So I proceeded to click 36 more of these, thinking it was like, oh man, I got those things locked tight 36 times. And then I think I called it a night or something, or like called it like a break. And then I went back to it and I started like carrying the dresser drawer. And I was like, I texted Megan, I'm like, man, this fucking IKEA thing is so shitty. Like this quality is so flimsy. And then I like took off the thing and I realized I had broke all of those pieces. I broke all like 36 of them.
Oh my god!
Thinking I was snapping them into place, but instead I was just cracking the plastic in half.
That's why they should be metal. Like, how the fuck did you get plastic ones?
Oh, that's
crazy.
so funny. You're forcing them, just
so
snapping.
It was like such a natural click sound that I was like, okay, that's perfect. So I did that, and now I just have a half-built dresser. I had to order the spare parts from IKEA.com in order to like get 24 or 36 more of these. So that's where I'm at now. I don't know when that shit'll show up, but I have half-built dresser, and I have nowhere to put my clothes.
Fuck, that sucks. Well, at least the parts that you broke off, they aren't like stuck in there, and you could actually pull them out, right? Mm-hmm. Can you?
No, it's all just like, I can get it out. It's gonna take a little bit of work.
I would just glue it. Be like, fuck
no,
it.
Dude, don't.
No,
dude,
when I like to build things, I like to build them right, because otherwise I'll be like paying attention to it for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
All right.
But the piece that we're talking about, I was looking up to see what the hell they're called. They're called cam lock nuts.
Cam lock nuts. Okay. Well, they
sounds like a quarterback.
He played awesome.
Do you guys want to hear the click sound since I already fucked it up? Do you want to hear just what it sounds like?
Yeah, I want to hear what you thought was like the satisfying sound of success.
Oh, you're going to pull the whole
You got to go for this? Kevin's left the room.
What's that green thing and glowing?
Okay, it's a nice little backlight. I think he did a backlight type thing, but it's a little too far away.
All right,
so we're trying to be better at TikTok. And
okay, you ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at how this works with interlocking. So I tightened it, and then all of a sudden I would hear this. Damn it, I can't do it.
You don't have enough leverage, probably.
Yeah, I don't have enough
when it's stuck in the thing.
Well,
my guess is it sounds like kind of like a snap
sound. Like a snap or like a click. Yeah.
Like
and honestly,
plasticky click.
Just trying to do it now. You really had to tighten that thing tight.
Yeah, man, you're strong, dude. You've been working out, so that's good.
All right, well, I want to end this podcast talking with Dennis about get his thoughts on Tony Hinchcliffe, which I just learned. Did you any of your topics you feel strongly about? The other ones?
Tony Hinchcliffe.
That was Dennis.
Or Dennis. Let me see my other. I don't think I have anything else that I really need to go into.
I do have a question about this. Do you guys know who Tony Hinchcliffe? I thought it was Hitchcliffe.
Hinchcliffe. I didn't know who he was until the Tom Brady roast. He was like the second best person at the Tom Brady roast next to Nikki Glaser.
Yeah.
And he nailed it. He was so good.
Okay.
He has basically a comedy show that is, he pulls a name out of a hat, and these amateur comedians come up and do a sketch or do a bit, I guess, or just do a routine. And there's a bunch of like famous comedians that sit there and roast them after their routine. So that's a show.
Is that what the premise is?
Kill Tony.
I just know he's like the new roast guy. He's like the new Jeff Ross, and he's much more cool than Jeff Ross.
Easier to look at. Not great to look at, but easier to look at than Jeff Ross.
He reminds me of, who's the one dude? Is it Anthony Jeselnik?
Oh, Anthony Jeselnik. Yeah,
he reminds me of him a little bit.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Yeah,
but so that's his whole thing is like he roasts people, and he's just a very crude comedian. And so he opened up for Donald Trump convention
in Madison Square Garden, right?
Yeah, was it Madison? Yeah. So he opened up for them and did a bunch of just really crude jokes, like, there's an island of trash floating in the middle of the ocean. It's actually Puerto Rico. And then there's another one he did. I forget what it was exactly. But have you guys heard about this with him?
I did. Only because Megan just told me about it when I mentioned that we were going to talk about Tony Hinchcliffe.
Yeah. So he's getting canceled for it. And I kind of
Really?
agree. And this is the reason I'm bringing this up is he's not getting. I don't agree that he should get canceled. I agree it was the wrong place to have a comedian
I
like
think
that.
so too. I was
That's
gonna say
exactly
that's a
what
dumb.
Megan
Like you're
said.
trying to distance yourself from these types of things and make you feel like you're like a racist or something, or like that's how some people will see you. And if you make a joke like that, that doesn't land well.
Yeah,
It's
Oh,
like it's a classic know your audience or like know the right time, right place.
and
say
it's
something.
also just supposed to be a serious thing, and to bring like that kind of energy to a thing that like people are basing their livelihoods on is wrong, right?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
and
I think it's okay to be. It's okay to have some funny things. It's okay to have a comedian.
yeah.
You gotta pick the right jokes though and be the right comedian. But people might actually like it too. So I'm
I think the
curious to see
problem
what other
is
people
like
are saying.
Republicans are like people think they're all racist, and so if you have 50,000 Republicans in a room laughing at racist jokes, and it's actually connected to a candidate, it just seems really racist.
Bad vibes right there. That's
Yeah.
just you're not beating the charges kind of deal.
Yeah. So it was just the
Even
first
if it's
time.
just
It was just like the first time that I just kind of agreed with the mass opinion on that, where I feel like every other time I'd be like, just let them, like, it's just jokes. But I'm like, that actually is not a good environment for that. It just seems so too real. Like they're making fun of.
That's an interesting take, Dennis. I was not expecting this from you. You really surprised me with this.
I need to hear it. I need to see the whole thing
Is it
before I
worth
can make a
watching?
judgment.
I just think the guy just like sold his soul and made a bunch of money on this. And
I think he's pretty polarizing though, isn't he? Before this, well, I guess being the roaster.
Everything I heard is everyone loves this guy.
Yeah, I think it's fine. It was just like he's a roaster, so like you know what you're getting. Like he's gonna push it to
true.
But yeah, you don't invite somebody like that to a political environment because it's just not. It's almost dangerous. It's a little bit dangerous.
You got a week left. You got to make sure that you don't drop the ball.
Like
so that could potentially do.
He made a joke about black people using watermelons to carve pumpkins and like things like that,
Christ.
which is like doesn't seem that funny, but
it doesn't.
I don't know. It's just when there's a group of like 50,000 basically white people laughing at it, I just is weird.
I agree
because it's a political rally.
It's almost like giving them ammo. Like you're like, hey, like here's a joke you can use like in your next conversation. It's like,
how did he? I'm curious on how all these jokes were set.
And these jokes don't sound that clever to me, which is unfortunate.
He said them exactly like he would say them at a stand-up routine.
I know. I just haven't heard. I haven't heard them, so I want to hear it.
Yeah,
so that's.
I mean, if it was a stand-up routine, I'd be like, yeah, this is whatever. Who cares? Everyone is there for that. But when it's like they're tying it to someone you want to like vote for, then it just feels weird. I guess.
I get it.
But I don't think a lot of people knew what they were signing up for. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, Dennis. Do you think this Tony Hinchcliffe guy comes out more popular or less popular than he was before? Like, do you think it helped his career or hurt his career?
I think it depends on other people, how they received it that were there, or if people back him at all. You need he needs a small momentum of people to like say that he was good, then he's totally fine.
Shane Gillis made it out alive and stronger, which is an incredible story after getting canceled.
I think it helped his career because actually I saw Jon Stewart basically come to his defense and say they hired the guy. They knew what he did, and they hired him to do this. It was a stupid decision by them, not really him. You know, it's not like his fault.
True.
I stand by that take.
Yeah,
that guy was just doing his job. He did it to the best of his ability. It is not his fault that it wasn't received well.
Yeah, it just came off icky, which I never felt that way about anything political before.
I don't think icky. I've never felt icky.
Yeah,
icky.
You've been hanging around kids too much.
That's all I got on it.
All right.
Controversial takes, right? Isn't that the time?
Oh yeah, go.
No.
I don't like when people talk about getting a massage. I feel like that is in line with people talking about how they got a massage is the same as like people that say that they took a great nap. I feel like you need to keep that shit to yourself. It's weird me imagining you just someone getting a massage. Like my dad told me that he's like, "Oh, I got a massage." I was like, I don't need to know. I don't care about your massages. Someone at work that told me they got a massage, and I'm like, it weirds me out.
I think it's
don't-
weirder when your dad says it because it's like Owen. It's like
he gets them all the time. He calls. He's like, "Yeah, I got him a massage." He's got a bad back, so
but
that's
the
why he goes.
subcontext is like, Owen, I enjoyed so much pleasure today.
Yeah.
I was so much pleasure today, Owen. You wouldn't believe how pleasurable my day was.
I'm not saying that pinning that just on my dad, but that is how it comes across for every single person in the world. So I feel like it's something that you need to keep to yourself. Enjoy your massage. I don't want to hear a single word about it.
That is, Kevin, you boiled it down to exactly what's weird about it is the pleasure thing.
Yeah, it's weird.
Oh, and I felt
you guys
so
agree or no?
good today.
Yeah,
person had their hands all over me and just made me feel so special.
It's the worst. And I just
rub my skin.
Grosses me out. It doesn't matter who.
Bonjour, je suis le grand musique.
Je suis la jeune fille.
What is this for? Like in the middle of it?
Yeah, in the middle, we're just going to put it in there like, hey, thanks for listening. Don't forget.
We're not talking like that.
Okay.
I refuse to make it sound like a commercial.
Yeah,
You just got to tell everyone that they need to follow us on social media at Pick Freaks on TikTok and Instagram, and to give us 5-star rating. You can roast us, but don't give us less than 5 stars.
Yeah.
That's all we have to say.
So just say that.
Is there
Kevin,
any?
go.
Yeah, if you're listening,
Just cut what I
now.
said and put it on there. Who cares?
Muzzy now comes with 4 videos, 2 audios, a script book, parent's guide, a new exciting CD-ROM, plus this free bonus with your paid order.